In recent weeks, I've been accused by the Prospectors and Miners Association of Victoria, also known as the PMAV, of spreading hysteria, misinformation, and harming the prospecting community. These accusations relate to my recent efforts to raise awareness about new restrictions impacting prospectors, particularly in the Ballarat region. I wanted to take this opportunity to address these claims comprehensively. My intention has always been to support and empower the prospecting community, and I feel these allegations do not reflect the situation as I see it. Transparency, honesty, and respect for the truth guide everything I do, and I hope this video will clarify the situation for everyone involved. My recent video focused on changes to prospecting access in areas like Ballarat, specifically highlighting how new restrictions are limiting areas that have been accessible for years. While Section 7 of Victorian prospecting laws has existed for decades, the application of these laws in Ballarat represents a significant and recent change. The purpose of my video was simple. 1. To inform. Many prospectors are unaware of the new restrictions, which could lead to unintentional breaches of the law. By sharing this information, I hope to ensure that everyone in our community remains compliant and informed. 2. To advocate. Transparency is the first step toward effective advocacy. If we don't know about these restrictions, how can we challenge or seek to revise them? And 3. To empower. Knowledge is power. Prospectors have the right to know when changes affect their activities so they can make informed decisions and, where necessary, voice their concern to policymakers. Now to respond to the accusations. Number 1. Accusation of spreading hysteria. I've been accused of spreading hysteria. It's been suggested that my video incited unnecessary alarm within the community. Let me be absolutely clear. At no point did I exaggerate the facts or attempt to provoke an emotional overreaction. I presented the information as it is, truthful, relevant, and verifiable. Any frustration or anger expressed by the community in response to my video was a natural reaction to the loss of access to areas that are important to prospectors. This reflects the genuine disappointment and concern of those who feel their rights are being affected. As an organisation that represents prospectors in Victoria, the PMAV plays an important role in advocating for and informing its members about changes that affect the community. Given the significance of Ballarat as one of the most well-known goldfields in Victoria, it would be reasonable to expect the PMAV to address the recent restrictions impacting this area. To my knowledge, no publicly visible statements or actions regarding these restrictions have been shared. If such communication has occurred, I would welcome clarification. Clear and timely communication is essential in helping prospectors navigate these changes effectively. So why am I, as an independent advocate, being criticised for highlighting new restrictions imposed to areas like Ballarat? Number 2. Accusation of misinformation. The claim that I spread misinformation is something I take very seriously. I have thoroughly reviewed the 410-page Act to ensure my understanding of the legislation is accurate. I'm dedicated to keeping my audience well informed and make every effort to present information responsibly. If the PMAV believes there are factual inaccuracies in my video, I invite them to specify these errors and provide evidence to the contrary. To date, no specific examples of inaccuracies have been presented, and until they are, I stand by the accuracy of my work. Misinformation is a serious accusation. Describing my work as misinformation risks overshadowing the broader issues that impact the community. I believe that addressing these challenges collaboratively is more constructive. As part of my efforts to clarify and engage on issues related to prospecting rights in Victoria, I had a brief email exchange with Jason Cornish, the president of the Prospectors and Miners Association of Victoria. While I approached this conversation in good faith, hoping for a constructive dialogue, the response I received did not align with my expectations. I will not share the email contents, as my aim is not to defame the PMAV, but to defend myself against accusations. I stand by my statements, which are based on the legislation, and believe my interpretation reflects the law as it is written. The exchange highlighted differences in approach, as I had hoped for more engagement on the specifics of the legislation. While our discussion did not align with my expectations, I remain committed to fostering constructive dialogue about these important issues. I remain committed to a professional and fact-based dialogue. Open and respectful communication is vital for addressing challenges that affect the prospecting community. My focus is, and always will be, on providing accurate information and advocating for the rights and interests of the prospecting community. I hope that future discussions with the PMAV and other stakeholders can be approached with mutual respect and a shared commitment to transparency. Number 3. Accusation of harming the community. The PMAV's assertion that my actions harmed a community seems to highlight differences in perspective on advocacy. From my viewpoint, advocacy involves ensuring those affected by changes are informed and that their voices are heard. I understand that some members of the community may feel uncertain about recent restrictions, particularly if they perceive communication about these changes as unclear or incomplete. Clear and visible communication is essential to help the community navigate these challenges and maintain confidence in advocacy efforts. The restrictions in Ballarat represent a significant change, and it's essential that they are discussed openly. In my view, these changes have a significant impact on the community, and I believe some prospectors may feel uncertain about recent restrictions if communication about these changes has not been as visible as they expected. This perception could add to the challenges they are navigating. Transparency and collaboration strengthen communities, and I believe we can all benefit from a more open discussion about how best to advocate for the rights of prospectors. I firmly believe that the prospecting community is stronger when we work together. I invite the PMAV to engage with me and the broader community to address the following questions. Number 1. What steps, if any, are being taken to inform members about these new restrictions in Ballarat? Number 2. What measures are in place to challenge or review these restrictions? And number 3. How can we, as a community, collaborate to ensure a fair balance between environmental considerations and prospecting access? Moving forward, I am committed to continuing my advocacy for the prospecting community. I will not be deterred by accusations, and my focus remains on the following: providing accurate information, ensuring my content is factual and well researched, fostering community dialogue, encouraging open discussions about the challenges we face, and defending prospecting rights, working together to protect the future of prospecting in Victoria. To those who have supported me, thank you for standing by my side. To the PMAV and others who may disagree with me, I encourage you to engage in meaningful, respectful dialogue. We share a common goal: the preservation of prospecting as a valued activity in Victoria. Let's focus on achieving that goal together. Final thoughts. I stand by my work and my commitment to the prospecting community. The real issue here is the need to address the restrictions themselves and the broader conversation about effective advocacy. It's time for all of us, individuals and organisations alike, to focus on transparency, accountability and collaboration. To the PMAV, I extend an open invitation for further dialogue, one focused on mutual respect and the shared goal of supporting the prospecting community. Thanks for watching. Before I end this video, I'd like to give a big shout out to my Patreon and YouTube members. Thank you so much to everyone that helps to support this channel.